Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. We're doing another one of our segments at one of my favorite places, which is RREA Studio. I've got my good friend Shannon Register here in that studio, and glad to see you. I'd say welcome, but you ought to welcome me here.
That's right. Welcome to the RREA Studio.
I love it. It's a fantastic facility, and we have a great time every time we do segments here as a highlight. And you've got an excellent guest that I think is going to give us a lot of insight on what's happening in real estate today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce him?
Sure, absolutely. Jim Holcomb with Holcomb Properties is here with us today, and they are the developer for the Falls at Imperial Oaks, which is a fabulous neighborhood or community that's in Spring, Texas. So we're very excited about that because it's, of course, being brought in right about the time that they're starting the whole Exxon campus, which is very close to it, and so we're excited about that. They've been developing Imperial Oaks for a long time, since the early 90s, and he's got over 25 years of experience, so we're just real excited to have him on the show. Welcome.
Jim, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
I noticed you're laughing. I'm not sure. I'm at that point where I don't want people to know how much experience that I have, and I guess you could feel the same way.
Yeah, it makes me feel old when you talk about 25 years, but I have been in actually over that, probably 30 years. Mm-hmm. But we've probably been in the Imperial Oaks area for, I'm going to say, near 25 years.
Yeah, that experience has obviously helped you through this, one of the more troubling and challenging economies over the last couple of years. Tell us how you've been coping with that.
Well, we've been coping very well. The reason probably is that I went through the big recession, which was in the 80s.
Yeah.
This last downturn is very moderate compared to what happened in the 80s. And so we learned a lot of lessons in the 80s. We learned a lot of lessons about banking and how the banks would deal with you if they became under pressure. And so a lot of my friends who are my age learned a lot of survival techniques from what happened down here in Houston in the 80s.
Yeah, Shannon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. And a lot of established realtors remember, how that was back in the 80s as well. A lot of foreclosures. But we are seeing a big reduction in the foreclosures, which is exciting, especially in the resale industry. We're excited about that. And the great thing about the Falls at Imperial Oaks, you have the established neighborhood of Imperial Oaks, and they've added this whole new, the Falls, and it's such a beautiful community. They've left lots of wooded areas. It's just really nice. They even have gated sections. And the prices range. I mean, it starts in the 160s and goes up from there. And tell us about the builders in the community. Which builders are in there right now?
The builders in the community are David Weekley Homes, who is building in 3 price ranges, and Lennar, who's building in 1 price range. Lennar builds from the 160s up to about 190, and then the Weekleys, David Weekley Homes, takes over from there. They're building in 3 different types of product. They start in the 190s, and they move all the way up through the 350 near the 350 range. They have brought on a new product this year, which is a private gated product that's in the 230s to the about the 260s, 70s, which has been very popular. It's a private gated. It's a program that they built in Spring Trails, which was wide and a shallow lot, but it's very attractive product.
Yeah. So where does it max out? What is a high level home there?
The high level now maxes out at about 275 to 300. Actually, we have some plans going a little over 300, so I guess that you would say that we would go over a little bit on the 300.
Interesting.
And the amenities are fabulous. When we bought our house in Spring, we didn't even have a clubhouse, and we thought it was such a fabulous neighborhood, walking trails and lakes with these waterfalls, and we thought it was so great. And now, a community like this, you get dog parks and huge clubhouses and waterfalls and all these great parks and wonderful features. And I'm I'm just so jealous because I bought a house in the same price range and I don't have any of that. You know, I mean, what you can buy now for the money. I mean, you can get into a fabulous neighborhood. They have lake lots available. You've got builders who use a lot of green, environmentally friendly products and solar panels. I mean, they just offer something for everyone, which is really fantastic.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, James, how that's changed so much, because people are getting so much more home and so much for their cost of home than they did just 10 years ago. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, especially in the green movement, they're getting a lot more. And, we have a lot of houses out there that actually have $50 to $60 power bills, which I know compared to my bill at home where I live down near the Galleria, that's a pretty good price. So, but the pricing, there's been a lot of efficiencies developed over the last few years, and especially I would say that housing has been an extreme, a tremendous value over the last 3 or 4 years, because since '08, the builders have worked very, very hard, and it's been very competitive in the Houston market, although we did not see many foreclosures in the Houston market due to the fact that we didn't have this wild overbuilding. We had very limited appreciation, and so there were not a lot of speculators in the market, and so we have not ended up with a lot of inventory. And so, but the values have been very good and have stayed very stable. I know in our Imperial Oaks development they've stayed very stable, and we have a very, very, very small percentage of foreclosure problems.
Time is quickly running out. Real quickly, can you give us a website for people to get more information about your community?
Yeah, falls@imperialoaks.com. falls@imperialoaks.com.
Check it out. I encourage everyone to check it out. And as we wrap up, tell us real quickly about RREA, how they can learn more about it, of course.
And also at rrea.us/falls, we offer the video of the community as well. So you can go and see for yourself what the community offers.
rrea.us/falls. Make sure you check that out as well. That's cool.
But we're a full-service brokerage here in the Spring area, but we service buyers all over the Houston area, both commercial, residential, even leases, resale, new construction, and you can see all of our videos at rrea.tv.
And I encourage you to do just that. We'll be back with more right after this.